Hey, everybody. We're back once again. We're back once again. It's me, Brent, is your DM for Progenitors Bloodlines, and I'm here with my lovely players, Simon, Will Fair, CJ as Otto, Peter as Tomas, and Diana as Quinn. We're picking right back up where we left off mid-sesh, which was we were talking to basically my version of Treebeard. We were given a tree quest, potentially, should the players choose to accept it, and the memory tree Valeth sent you on your way through the forest with the guide of a treant who led you to Johnny and a party of two others who have now led you back to camp. And I think we're basically getting to like early or like late afternoon, early evening at this point. It took the better part of the day to trek through the forest. You're just kind of hiking. You had to go maybe a little bit slower just because of Caleb holding Sandriel, who seems to be doing pretty well. The worms seem to be healing up her arm. They do not seem to be like remaking her arm. So at some point is she does just have a stump. And I mean Kaelin grabs the sack of worms, like gives them to you, Otto, I think.
Are they as glowy as before?
They're more glowy.
Curious.
I mean, he just straight out, he goes, I think they feast on flesh.
Which one of our peoples are gifted with this sort of thing? Or if I know, I won't ask it out loud, obviously.
But I mean, who are you asking?
The progenitors.
I don't think it's one people in particular. I think it's just people might have skill in certain domains, and so we just need to find someone who has
Sorry. No,
experience.
out of our people, who might be?
I don't think we checked for that at the beginning.
I'm sorry, what's the question? Who knows about worms?
Yes.
Mentor speaks up after having been silent this entire episode. And Mentor just says, "Oh, like the other progenitors? Do you mean like their names? The ones from the last age?"
If the answer lies amongst them, yes.
Well, I believe there was the what was he called? He was King B. Is that his name?
King B.
Yes.
Would I know of that person or no?
Vaguely remember.
Quinn, you were there as well. That was the progenitor who had like this like insectoid chimera like appearance, but who was hiding it behind something much more humanoid.
Okay.
A little bit like Otto.
Progenitor.
Does that answer your question, Otto?
Perhaps, now that we know that our people may still be around. Though I was hoping that one of our own has shown a proclivity for such wondrous things.
Well, again, I don't think we've asked. The beginning was kind of just figure out what people can do, and the main concern was setting up shelter and finding resources. Don't know if we went further than that. So we can ask at camp. Unless, Johnny, do you happen to know how far we went on that?
How far we in the forest you're talking about?
No, like have more people proffered their skills.
Well, there's been some advance of magic, but don't be mad. We've been dealing with a salesman.
Huh?
There's a
What?
salesman.
And you walk into
What is
camp
this?
and
What are
you
they
see
selling?
what looks like, it's very obvious to all of you, a businessman in a business suit with a tie and a briefcase,
Oh no.
but who has two devil horns. kind of
I'm
his-
sorry.
um, and yeah, he has no ears. They're just two little holes in the side of his head. And he's like a white person with like kind of old, wrinkly kind of flesh, and has his eyes turned to you. They're big and wide, and they're blue, kind of like glowing a little bit.
Like full blue, or like the pupils are like
The irises are blue. They're like a shiny blue. It's like he looks like a caricature of like an old white guy.
with devil horns.
With these
And no
little
ears.
devil horns. And as he like makes his way forward, I
What
would
have
like
you been
everyone to
training
roll me an
in?
intellect, just like a
Okay.
kind of like a general perceptive, like what you're gonna make of this thing,
Okay.
this person.
Can I whisper to Johnny what have they been trading him?
Just a little bit of silk from the spiders, a little bit of wood from the forest to cut down some trees, like nothing crazy.
Okay. 19.
3.
15.
Just trying to see if I have anything to add on to this. I got a 16, but if I can spend some time to observe him, I'll use my understanding ability. Just to observe or study a creature.
Yes, I would let you do that. So what does it give you specifically?
My next interaction has an asset.
Okay, so then on a 3, I think this is the uncanny valley. It looks like a human, but it's a little bit off. And so it just gives you a bad feeling. What was the next step? It was 16 for 2 people?
I got 15.
15. So on the 15 and the 16, I mean, this is obviously not a human, but as it walks towards you and is holding this briefcase, you take note that, for one thing, it seems like the suit and the shirt are like not just snug and well fitting. You think they're maybe part of this thing, like they're almost like attached in a sense. And it's got like these nails that seem very sharp. I think like you're making out a few little details on it, and as it walks forward and goes hello and like holds up a hand to shake your hand, it's like the suit doesn't move enough. You know what I mean? Like it's all coming as one piece together. And on a 19, as the nice little benefit, as the eyes move and take you in, as it walks up, Tomas, you know that the skin is part of the outfit. There's something inside this.
Oh. Oh.
Suit. This is a suit.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
Does
I'm,
it?
I'm Hudson. It's so nice to see all of you. Welcome.
I hate it.
Or I should say, welcome back to your camp.
Who are you to welcome us to our own camp?
Oh, of course. Here, have a free sample. And he opens up the briefcase.
Is it also skin?
Like,
He's like Jake the dog. Like everything he creates is like still attached to him.
Yeah, basically he opens up this briefcase and presents it to you, and you can see on the inner lip of the suitcase are like teeth. And inside the suitcase are potions. They are made of like a beautifully crafted glass. You see with like a swirling red liquid in the top row, a swirling blue liquid in the middle row, and a swirling yellow liquid in the bottom row.
Ew.
Please, you may each take one. Free samples.
What exactly are these samples?
They're potions of might and intellect and skill. They'll replenish different aspects of yourselves, magical beings that you are.
And just a question like that. How did you come across these said potions?
Come across them, my good sir. We make them down in hell.
I like hide behind Thomas. Oh god.
Oh, good to know. And so you've been trading these for silks, or for strands of silk and bark?
But these are free, please. And he offers the briefcase once more, shows it to
do.
each of you in turn, and he. What was that behind you, sir? Why, don't hide, miss. Here, have a potion.
I would rather not. We can make potions without you.
Alrighty then. And he. The Squelch closes up the briefcase, hangs it aside. As well, I don't have to have any. I just thought it would be nice. We're kind of neighbors, you see. Just, you're upstairs, we're downstairs. But we make them. We have a factory. We process different magical materials in the world. And I made some other small trades, you see, just for some amenities. And you look around the camp and you can see that he's talking about what appear to be like some basic amenities. So there's like some cups for water, some buckets, all of them made out of like what looks like sheet metal with like rivets and stuff. So it's like just like some handy shaped pieces, like normal pieces of stuff. You just seem to be lacking in some things, and well, with a just a bit of wood here and there, make my life a little more comfortable. I can give you some of these trinkets.
Well, it's appreciated. Thank you.
Of
Just
course,
wasn't
of course.
expecting the. Well, when people come and offer you magical things, and you're not quite used to having magical things at your disposal, it kind of puts you ill at ease. Well, at least personally. What do you
Oh,
make these potions of?
well, if I told you that, I wouldn't be so good at selling them, would I? You just make it yourself. You're crafty. I like him.
Well, it was more just to know if they were safe to imbibe.
Oh, would you like to watch me drink one?
But what if they're only safe for you?
Now, doesn't that seem
Denizens of hell.
contrived?
Well, see, we haven't had good experience with people who are trying to treat us well.
I should say. But look, anytime you would like to trade in the future for some services, won't be free next time, I'll tell you that. Just ring this bell, and he gives you what seems to be a all black iron bell. It has like a little handle at the top with the little bell power at the bottom that you would kind of like hold and then ring-a-ling. It says, just ring this, and I'll come as soon as I can to the designated meeting spot. let's say just outside the wood here, and we can talk business, as it were, and we can trade. We trade mostly into magical materials, most commonly in crystals, if you have any available, but often magic can be imbued in other types of items. The woods here, and this is why I traded some trinkets for it. It seems like these trees have absorbed quite a large amount of magic here, so that'll be kind of an oddity back home. I'm sure I can sell it up at a bit of a markup.
Well, do apologize if we might know disrespect by refusing your offer. It's just
None taken.
Like-
When you go door to door, sometimes the door gets slammed in your face. I'm happy that you even were, amenable to having a conversation with me here. But Johnny's been most helpful. He, brought me around the camp, showed me, what it was like, and I was able to come up with some things that would make your lives a little better. Right, Johnny? Haha, yeah.
that's all right. These things do seem useful. If we have any specific requests for the next time, would you be amenable to that as well?
I could see what I could do. Yeah, I mean, spend enough, and maybe I could get someone, a little bit more powerful to pay a visit. Maybe we could put you on like a subscription plan of some sort.
No. No, please.
No.
I like step away from you, Quinn. And
No,
I start
no.
like circling the guy. Like I'm just like
I am constantly behind you.
you're following too. Every now and then I like tug at his collar.
Well, I'm starting not to feel safe here, so I'm going to go. But please feel free to ring. I'll be on the outside. Might bring a couple of goons with me next time, just a couple of big beefy guys just to, have my back. So don't be surprised if you see that.
Right. Well, we don't
How
mean
about
you any
you
harm.
don't come back?
Tomas is just a little curious.
Let's say that to he keeps tugging at my collar.
His flesh all the way down.
Forgive his physical curiosity. He means no harm, just very hands-on.
Yes. Well, good day, everyone, and please, he nods at you, Otto. Anytime you need anything, and he briskly starts to walk away.
Turn to Otto. Did you need anything?
No. I do not trust that one. And I am displeased to hear that my people would trade with him openly.
Well, from looks of things,
Is he gone?
they seem like useful things at the very least.
You can come out.
Okay. I don't think I told you guys before, but me and devils really don't do good. They kind of want me dead most of the time.
But
So-
why?
What's a devil?
because I'm on Earth. And I'm what they think a fallen angel. And let's just say they don't have good vibes with fallen angels.
He seemed to be rather friendly with you.
I still wouldn't. Even if he's okay, it doesn't mean the rest of them are okay with the concept of me being here. So
Fair.
get rid of that. Get rid of that bell as fast as you can, please. Thank you.
Just point of contention. If you are a fallen angel, does that mean that all of Malin and the others, are they part fallen angel as well.
Mentor?
Whoop.
How does
Dimension-
that work?
Yes.
Uh,
Is everyone? I mean, they all share, as far as I can tell, pieces of your DNA.
Yes. So does that mean that they might be in danger?
Well, it's. I mean, the Dimensionauts are an organization, but not everyone who is in that organization, like not their entire race, is part of that organization. If you get my drift.
Okay, that's good because I am okay with having to run off for a little bit and coming back, but I don't want my people to be harmed by that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they're necessarily. There's no vendetta against them.
Good.
But do I think that he maybe understood that those were not Earthlings? And he looks at like, your people were like shades of blue and purple and pink.
Mhm.
He's like, that might be another story. I think that traveling salesman is going to be
An issue.
submitting some sort of a report to somebody at the end of the day on how his
Yeah.
door-to-door sales went.
We should
That's what
follow
I
him.
thought. But if it doesn't come back, they're gonna send more probably. So
I mean-
maybe just us moving closer to the forest.
You, out of the corner of all of your eye, I think like, you see him like he was walking like in a straight line out of the forest, and then you see him just open a door in the middle of nowhere, and there's just like fire on the other side of the door. He just, like walks in and closes it behind him, and then the door.
Out of pure curiosity, Wilm goes up to that spot and tries to just grasp for some sort of doorknob.
You also see Will go over there. There's like a scorch mark right on the ground right there, so you know exactly where it was. And you feel, and there's like nothing here.
All right. Well, we don't have a portal to hell in our backyard, but bad news. It seems like he can open them wherever he wants.
Yes. Terrible news. I should like to speak with my people soon.
I mean, we are right here. We can start that now.
I prefer in private.
Oh, all right. Well, you
No
do you.
offense.
Johnny, do you have names for all 5 people?
Names for all of them?
Well, yes, because he called Otto's people the spiders.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Well, you asked
My
if,
quirky aliens.
you asked if we, if people were showing abilities, and
Mhm.
there's a few, of the fire people that have like feathers and stuff. So we're like the birds, they're the spiders,
All right.
they're the apes, they're like gorillas or something, and then they're the cotton candy. I don't know. That's just what I call them. We don't have to call them that. I just
All right. No, wasn't sure if there was a common moniker going around for things.
could
already.
be. I mean, I don't really want to be called like Bird Boy or Bird Bro or like the Birdies or something. So come up with something. I'm sure people would follow suit.
Well, then we might want to think of something that's a bit better than that. Because at a certain point, we will likely have to start referring to ourselves as something.
Flame on. I was thinking that could be like our catchphrase or something.
We'll workshop it.
All right. Do you guys all, I think, split up to go talk to your people for see what's up?
Sure. Will doesn't really seem to have that much of an issue being private or not, but if everyone else goes, he'll go talk to his people.
Well, I mean, like Johnny was it's like someone comes up and is like, "Your bath is ready, sir." To you, Will. And Johnny's just like, "Oh yeah, I said there was going to be hot baths waiting, so you guys can all wash up if you like."
Just Will is all right. Thank you.
Yes, Sir Will. Yeah, I think like to each of you, like basically she's like, will hand what looks like a silky towel made of like spider thread or something.
Sure, people do good work, Otto.
In some ways, they do.
Wow, you seem really disappointed in them.
Yes, disappointment.
I mean, honestly, how could anyone trust that guy? Did you see how he looked?
I mean, that seems slightly
No.
racist.
I
I don't know.
Not this again.
No.
it just looked very deceiving.
Have you seen how he looked?
No, but I'm saying like the way he acted, it wasn't natural. Like he was too nice, you know? When someone's too nice
A bit oily, a bit greasy.
and very, how Thomas mentioned, fleshy.
Flashy, flabby.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was that second word?
Like,
Flabby.
Interesting.
I could. You did
A
not
word
notice how his wrinkles were moving independently of whatever was underneath it.
And yeah, and I've seen lots of things, but that thing was uncanny. That's all I'm gonna say.
that's all right.
Bats
should-
do sound good.
Wait, we should make a rule: no more of these devils.
Yeah.
For now, I agree.
I mean,
Or at
Johnny
least to
looks
be
at the
wary.
three of you and goes, "What? We didn't have anything before they showed up, and for a bit of wood and a little bit of silk, we basically got buckets that we needed, cups, like wash tubs. People were starting to get stinky, smelly. Clothing was dirty, such that we have."
I understand that you wanted the comfort of the life we had, but at what cost, Johnny? This guy has bad implications.
The cost
this
of
seemed
silk and wood.
For
pretty
now.
nice for a little bit of wood.
All right, but you, I mean, I do agree with Johnny at this case. Yes, further deals will have to be considered and maybe not accepted, but this seems to be an all right deal. Yes,
I'm
there
not saying we
was
trust the guy.
magic in the wood, but it was something we weren't using. We had plenty of, and we traded for something that we needed, that everyone needed.
Yeah,
I
none of
just
the wood
think-
was talking before we gave it to them. We made like I don't know, we made sure, but it would like
Wait,
it
were they
just-
talking after we gave it to them?
No, I mean we didn't hear the wood say nothing.
How would you know?
Well, the tree thing was going "Wah," making noises and stuff.
I do think we should choose our allies carefully. That's all I'm gonna say. A bat does sound nice, though. A bat does sound nice.
Well, I mean, you don't need to have a bath if you think that the deal was bad and shouldn't be trusted.
Okay, then I'm gonna go into seawater.
What seawater?
I
Mary?
don't know. I'm gonna find a fountain or a hole or something with water and show you can do it without the deals of a devil.
You hear like a little like sniffle behind you, and it's May making these big puppy girl eyes, and she's just like, "We're not gonna have a bath."
No, May, you can't indulge in it. I'm just trying to prove a point.
No, if you're not gonna do it, then I'm not gonna do it.
Look, all I'm saying is that
Can't
this
you just shed your skin?
wasn't so bad.
Lick yourself
Yes,
clean.
we'll be careful with other deals, but this deal seems to be something that benefited us. That's all.
You did say the next deal is gonna be costly. I'm just saying. And I don't want no sacrifices to the devil or something.
Then just say no. We don't need to
You think
accept the
they're
deal.
gonna take a no?
Well, he offered us free things, and we said no. He left. So
Yeah,
yes.
because it was for free. But if you want something in return, then it's different. What if he's gonna steal our children from this camp? What if he's gonna try to steal May? I'm just saying. What if he's gonna
What?
try to steal me
Concern.
because technically
This,
they hate
this
me?
has gone way left field. Like,
I'm just scared, okay? I don't like them.
He's not bothered because the man clearly used fire.
Yes, I'm curious. So accepting of this fiery stranger. I will ponder on it.
If he comes with
what I'm
goons,
saying
though,
is that those centipedes could very well come and grab things. We make contingency plans for what we encounter. If something benefits us, I don't see why we shouldn't take advantage of it. It seems silly to not take a good deal when we have one.
Perhaps.
Alright, well, if you do make good deals with them, I'm just not gonna be part of that deal. I don't need them to know more about me than they do already.
That's your choice. I'm just trying to think about people.
And I the same.
Alright, well, I would rather take on the trees deal at this point of getting rid of the inklings, not inklings,
Voidlings.
voidlings. And then getting closer to the tree. That seems to be pretty nice so far. And if he can offer protection, that's even better. But for that, we need to figure out how to beat those voidlings and sleep, because we haven't slept in a while. I don't think.
Since last night.
wait.
Has it only been a day?
Yes, John,
Yes.
how long has it been?
Feels like it's been forever.
Johnny's just like, what? Yeah, it's been like less than a day.
Yeah.
The
left
people
this morning.
disappeared last night. I guess you didn't find them, eh?
No.
I did not.
All right, what's the deal with this forest that you guys are talking about?
It is alive.
And we sold it?
Yeah.
Yee.
That's why I don't think that tree is gonna like if we keep doing that necessarily, but
I mean, did he say that he doesn't like it?
no.
Might not have known.
I wonder if the tree knows of the underneath.
Well, he didn't say anything about us using it to build shelters. So
That's true.
feel like it's all right. If we've already taken it to build shelters, then at that point it's already taken.
I'm sure a few logs are okay. But yeah,
Right,
maybe
it's
we
all in
won't sell
moderation.
the whole forest.
No, we're not here to deforest anything.
All right.
We'll ask the forest how it feels the next time we are there.
I mean, you are part forest now, so it's perfect. You can be the forest representative.
Oh, you guys aren't the 8 people. You're the tree people.
I am the tree person.
Yeah. We're not part of that.
Show my neck.
Whoa. That's a bad rash, I guess.
It is
No.
quite itchy.
I mean, we could burn it off if you want.
No.
I
No.
think it's part of him at this point. Just like his puppy.
What?
Yes.
You've seen it
Oh.
before.
I need food. I'm hungry.
Oh.
And I think the smell of barbecue chicken
Ooh.
spiced this time.
Ooh.
Can we get it on screen? Can we get the chicken on screen?
It probably looks closer to it this time too.
Yo, why is it so scandalous? What the heck?
Oh my god.
No, I think B-Stars is right. There is a correlation between hunger and like sexual
More.
attraction.
I was like, how do I make this not so obvious?
That's what you went with?
There are things that
I'm
work.
hot
apparently.
and bothered, okay?
Fucking god. Oh god.
Well,
I'm pretty hungry
look,
too.
a chicken
Take it off
leg and a bath
screen, like-
sounds good.
God.
Either we're all learning something about Tomas or Dan is learning something about Peter.
Yep.
Incredible. I think with that, with the smell of chicken distracting Tomas, almost like a cartoon character sniffing along the scent in the air towards the chicken, we'll split, and the progenitors will go their separate ways for the evening. As you do, I think Will, like Johnny, just gives you a general report. He has an itemized list of everything that was bought from the salesman and what was given. So it really was just wood, like shrubs and trees and stuff, like not even good wood from the surrounding area that basically was already cleared. And when he explains it to you, the salesman was like, "Oh, what's that pile of trash?" And they were like, "Oh, just a bunch of like scrap wood and stuff that we had to like uproot and like get rid of around here." And he was like, "Oh, well, if you trade it to me, I can give you like some basic stuff." And they had taken some of the potions. Like some people had gotten like hurt when they fought like the basilisks in the forest and stuff, the big chickens. So they had taken the free samples. So they were like, okay, well, he means well enough.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna kind of tell him like at that point, like, I mean, I basically said it before, but like, look, don't feel bad about the trade you did. Yes, he was shady, but you were thinking of getting useful things for everyone, and you did the best you could with what information you had. You did well.
Well, thanks. I mean, yeah, Tomas's people, they didn't like him too much. One kid ran screaming. They said something flesh, loose flesh. A little bit disturbing.
Yes, he seemed to think that the suit was part of his flesh, and the briefcase did seem to have teeth, so there were some weird things about him.
Yeah, weird, odd security measure for sure.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of go talk about that, and you can get ready. You find that Tomas's people, and this is true for each of you, have created garments for each of you while you were gone. So basically, for you, Will, it's like kind of like an over-the-shoulder toga, like floor length, like silk. They're all white clothing right now because it's not like you have dyes or anything. Tomas, you go find your people. They're just kind of like having a party, eating seasoned chicken. They're fucking going wild over the spiced chicken. They're having a good time. I think that already one of them is like talking with another one, and you stumble upon this conversation, and he's like talking about brewing alcohol. And it's just like, oh, well, how would we do it? And I would need to put something together. And it's like you can tell that they're like one of those people who's had like these memories come back of like almost like chemistry, but they're immediately like, well, this is what I'm going to do with this. And you see like another one comes up like holding like a beehive with no bees in it, and he's like, I got honey. So they're starting to put that together. Is there anything that you'd like to do with your people?
I mean, they're partying. I just sort of join them. Is Kalen with me, or is he staying with Sandriel?
So
Like, did
he's
he join?
there, but he's like at the edge of the fire, and he seems to be taking care of Sandriel. She just seems a little bit weak still. She lost like a lot of blood. She's kind of like smacking at him, just like leave me alone. She like keeps trying to get up and like go join her people, and he's like, no, stay. And then
Okay, all right. I just like sort of leave him. He was getting like frustrated earlier, but I think what I do is I get kind of consumed by like the rowdy nature of the rest of my people, and I kind of just join them, start eating chicken, go crazy. They give me like, what are like the new clothes that they give him?
yeah, so the thing they give you is a vest that you're able
Okay.
to put on. I don't know that you can close it. It would be like really tight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You're Donald ducking.
Yeah, but I think like it's not like anyone knew your size or anything like that. They're just like, oh, he's big, and they like picked one of your people to like put it on and like model. But then you're bigger and stronger than that person, so it didn't fit. And it's like a kilt style kind of like a other piece.
Yeah, so like I'll put it on, start eating, and then like I don't know, like 20 minutes into partying with the people, like it ends up coming off and just kind of going nuts. Maybe try some of that honey, like steal, like just go in and rudely take some from the guy, like
Oh my!
this is good, yes.
You grab the honey, and I think you like, oh, this is good, but when you grab it, maybe you were partying and there's like chicken then mixed with the honey, and then, like one of them is like, oh, it's like the honey now. So this the vibes are happy here, but there is like every once in a while someone will be like, oh, like I knew I knew Giri, and he was a good guy, and then another one's like, oh, I knew Joan, and it's like these are the people who went missing and like didn't come back, and basically they're accepting like that they're dead. So it's like, yeah, like they were good, but and everyone's like, yeah, and then you like go back to dancing and stuff. So it's like every once in a while it's like punctuated with like I have a feeling I would like to share, and it just gets shared, and then everybody kind of like is able to accept that feeling, and by everyone accepting it, it's less sad.
Yeah,
not all that sadness is on one person.
it's kind of like all the feelings are like ricocheting between us, so like maybe it takes a while to get to some of the people, but eventually like we're all feeling sort of the same things. And then like at one point, I don't know, like raise up a chicken leg to those who have fallen or those who are still lost, and consume it for them.
Yeah, and I think you feel those waves going through your people of like trying to spread good cheer, basically, and the ones that who are bringing that little bit of sadness, that if the pond is riled up with all this other stuff, it can't take over. The mood is good.
Beautiful.
All right, we'll move over to Quinn. Your people are neat, they're tidy. Not a lot happens with them specifically while May was gone, and so I think now May is like trying to like go see like what did we accept from these demons that you don't like. Do you want any of the products that they brought, like the buckets and things and like wash tubs, or do you really want to get like rid of them?
I don't want to get rid of them now that they're already here. I'm just gonna let them know to be wary of any further interactions with them, with the devils.
Right, perfect. So I think what May does is she starts kind of like spreading that, and she starts making a list of like, okay, this is what we've accepted from them, and like no more. We don't want any, like, so don't accept new things into our camp.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so if somebody shows up with a new gadget, she'll kind of try and clock it.
Just because, again, we don't know the real reason why these devils want to interact with us. It is not for the few little scraps of wood. It's for something else that they require from us, and we don't know yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing that your people have been able to accomplish in this day, they went and found more herbs. So they've identified a few more herbs and things. So you have like some medicinal herbs. You have like a few like herbal, like not spices, but like, basically like
Mm.
fresh herbs that you would be able to like put with stuff. Someone actually comes back and they were fishing.
Oh,
So they come
nice.
back with like some fish, and like it seems like, your people have been trying to advance a little bit,
Mhm. Great
Um,
work, everyone. With the herbs, we can actually start making a team of potion makers. I guess now that we have buckets, that also helps. Well, not potions, but I guess the sort of rub on the skin type deal. Um,
A
like a
salve.
salve,
a
yeah,
salve. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
absolutely.
We can start doing that, and I think I feel more exhausted than I thought I would be after this search, I guess. So I'm probably gonna indulge in a bath, and I let May also indulge in a bath, just for peace of mind, and then probably head to bed.
You relax in the Hellion-made metal tub, and it's too comfortable. It's too good. Your people, like, already they knew what they were doing. They put like a rock in the tub kind of deal, so it's like you can sit comfortably and have your arms over the side,
Nice.
like so it's like you can like really get comfy in this tub. Maybe falls asleep on you just while you're having the hot soak. Then you have to help her get ready for bed.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
A long day. And we go over to Otto. Otto, I think I'm getting this. You want to gather your people and talk to them.
Yeah. Maybe over time, over until like night is about to fall, we'll all congregate together, or as many people as show up.
I mean, they're nocturnal, right? So I think as night falls, and the fires and Wilm's people are going around and making sure to maintain those a little bit. There's some of your people are on guard duty, but mainly you converge maybe a little deeper into the forest where it's a little bit darker and everyone can see using their night vision.
What clothes was I given?
I think that you probably would have just let them know what to make you before you left. So you tell me what clothes you have.
Interesting.
And Quinn, you have like a bathrobe.
Thank
Just
you.
like something simple, can go over your suit.
I appreciate it.
Maybe like what are they called? Oh God, something that you would see like a clergyman wear, made of silk.
A frock.
A frock.
It's like the old monk habit almost.
Intricate frock. Let's see if oh, they're all women.
Oh my.
For men.
No, like a medieval frock is kind of like, think of like Friar Tuck, what he wears.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh no, I'm thinking like
Maybe like
someone in the Vatican.
Oh, like
maybe someone high up.
vestments.
Like a Roman.
Vestments, maybe.
You
I don't
know,
know. That's what Google's telling me.
An intricate silken garb that is full body length, dark in color.
It would be vestments. Hold on, I'm trying to find something that's not so religious that we're gonna get canceled.
Liturgical vestments.
Oh, here, I'm of the faith. I can use this. That's fine. I'm of faith.
Zooming into the chicken.
Yeah, don't put it too close to the chicken.
There we
There
go.
you go.
But
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
there's like a spider.
Ooh, you
Clergy of
sausage.
Spider-Man.
Longer legs.
And the
bottom legs.
spider is in silver.
Oh yes. I will stand in front of them and I will tell them fables and tales of animals being tricked and conned thinking they are given good deals. Maybe even like a sly fox giving the wise owl sort of an easy solution. And so without thinking, the owl follows through, and it turns out to be a trap of some sorts. And the lesson is that the wise owl should rely on his observation and wisdom and not be fooled by the quick, slick words of the cunning fox. But then I shift the narrative that we are the sly fox, and we are more than the fox. We are the spider that sits in the corner and observes the happenings in nature, and we take what we need from these stories and we put them into practice. And so I guess it starts as a moral story of like, don't be fooled by the bad guy, and it turns into, we use the tools of the bad guy to shape the world as we see it. We protect the good with the tools of the bad, but we also look out for ourselves in the meantime. And I don't really address the salesman directly or what they might have taken from him. It's already done, so I don't dwell on it with them, but I try and impart these stories upon them.
Yeah, the story is whispered over and over again, passed, around with your people. I don't think it's not like you're there proclaiming this, right? It's more you're saying it conversationally, intimately, and that intimacy is shared across the people. And what comes back to you are stories from the people. Not quite as intricately woven as yours, but stories of, well, this is kind of like what happened, and this is, what we got. Some of us have range, some of us were scouting. Several of your people noticed of like where the barrier was, and when it fell, they like denoted where that was. They basically were keeping an eye, like you said, and I think many of them feel proud that they shared that instinct with you of, we are the spiders watching in the corner, and like, okay, I am doing right by my people in doing this. And now I would like each of the progenitors to roll a d20.
Did my people do anything that day? Or
Yeah, your people, I mean, yours were the main ones like trading with the salesman, and so Johnny gave you that report that they collected. They're also doing the fire duties. I think Will and your people are probably the most normal almost.
okay.
They just have like fire mat, like life's a little easy, right? Oh, I'm a little cold, here's fire. Like, oh, I'm hungry, fire. It's roasted. So I think that it's a little bit more relaxed on your people's side.
Okay, no, I was just so curious to see like if anyone had like remembered past skills or something.
That's a little bit what this role is about.
Okay.
And so what I would like for everybody is, tell me your role, but using your progenitor bloodline as an asset, tell me how you influence your people on this first night. CJ, you're muted.
Dang it. I got a 12, and I already had an idea, so I'll just go right ahead. With my 12, with my asset, perhaps in the shadows of night, understanding the night vision and working around it with whatever nature might give me in terms of blocking vision. I change into the spider and I communicate telepathically in groups. in a voice and in a manner of speaking that is separate from Otto, that is similar to the Spider Queen that I saw. I'm gonna like kind of try and mimic her as much as possible.
Okay.
I would like to influence almost through fear.
Very interesting. All right.
But not, as far removed as Otto as I can be.
Well, on a 15, I think that you're able to effectively I mean, you have an asset for deception and disguise as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think an even higher roll or even an even lower threshold for success, you begin to implant those memories. You begin to incept these ideas into your people from the very beginning. And I think on this night, whether they put it together that maybe their progenitor is the spider, or maybe their progenitor is the one doing this, or not, I think that there is a sense of community and there is a sense of a communal story being woven together. And so I think that it doesn't matter in this moment if it's real as long as they have faith. And that could be passed down.
I like that.
All right. Who's next?
Well, I have something. Rolled a 15.
Okay.
And I think what he wants to impart is like, because he realizes that yes, like a lot of his people are starting to kind of like realize they have this like, as you were saying, they have it kind of like quote unquote easy because of their like the power and everything. He's like, well, as he's kind of like observing this around, he doesn't want it to get to their heads too much. So he's like, yes, there is this kind of like power and flame, but to not neglect, so like yeah, like don't use that. That isn't the only power that we can use to also think for yourselves and kind of don't only think there's like power and force, but using like mental acuity as well. So like kind of focusing on Wilm's like focus and concentration asset, kind of like imparting that idea of um, there's power also in not mental, but like power also in just being able to properly think things out and assessing a situation before like it's not all about just blasting things and things like that.
Yeah. You take that time to go to your people and spread these ideas to... Does my thing keep flashing green?
Yeah, there is a flash every now and then.
That's right. It's like super distracting. But you take that time to go talk to your people. And you start to spread those ideas. And I think that really what this is imparting is that the fire is not an excuse to blaze ahead. It is a tool that allows you the comfort to take your time and think things through. And I think as you go around and you're spreading this philosophy of being able to, through use of the privilege that all of them have been granted in this way, that they'll be able to approach the world you start to kind of see that idea of effort and thoughtfulness into your people. And I think that they have the time to listen. They, you did this the first night as well, where you were going around and getting to know them. And I think this time you're a little bit even more approachable, right? More people coming up to see you, introduce themselves. And so I think they start to look up to you. But I think part of the other thing that you wanted a little bit was for them not to idolize you. So how would you have your people call you?
Well,
and so they address you by name.
I
and
have a
they drop
name, and
titles.
that's what I'm addressed as. So I don't need any sort of reverence or to be put on a pedestal. I'm there to help them just as much as they can help me.
Right, and they begin to do so. And I think there's maybe like a form of almost a democracy that starts to brew a little bit within your faction. A little bit of, all right, we will speak with each other and then figure out the next steps. It's not a command, it's not an order, it's not passed down. All right.
Yep.
Who's next?
Quinn, do you want to go?
All right. So I think in my regard, I probably begin by telling my life before we all got here. Kind of the sense of family that I felt, the sense of duty that was imposed upon me. And the thing that I want to partake with my people or share is that I will always go with empathy first, and that we should each other treat all of us as family. Kind of like not because of religion or because of something else, but just because that's the good, like good morals to have in a way. Just treat others like you would want to be treated, be kind and help each other. Those who are good at something can help others' weaknesses and vice versa. Kind of like a way to teamwork really well and be a machine, a fluid machine, because all the cogs are working together. Um, and what else? What else? Kind of also mentioned that I am also not like their god or a ruler, but more of a person that cares for them. And that's how I'm moving forward. It's with that care. I think that.
That's on a 12, you said, right?
Yeah, well, 13. Yes.
13. On that 13. So you put this out to your people. And I think that as you converse with them, mentor by your side, helping you out with this, you find that they've already organized into units per se of like, this is, oh, well, we have a bit of expertise in something, and we have a bit of expertise in something. And so as you say this and you start to try to inspire them to work together, you can see them connecting these dots of, okay, well, our group will help this group, and then that group will help this other group, and it'll all form a chain all together.
That's it.
But when it comes to you not being a god or anything like that, while they understand, they are looking for a leader. I think in a bit of a different way. They're looking for someone whose job, whose expertise it is somebody who has the kind of skills to take on this piece, someone who's able to communicate between all of these different departments. And I think Quinn knows, like, you were a courier in Seraph Station, you were communicating between all of these different departments. And that is something that you would probably be good at.
Yeah, I can for sure be the connecting dot between them in a way. The person that relays the messages and the person that helps with solutions. Like, okay, if you if you're struggling with this, I know this guy. I know Steve. Steve can hook you up, type deal. And also, I know that I have a great help by my side, which Mel seems to be very excited to help. So I'll probably also like have her help me out with tasks if ever I feel overwhelmed.
You ponder that as you see her sleeping, unable to help this evening.
That's
Being
okay.
so tired.
No.
Yeah.
And I guess if they do need to not call me Quinn, if they don't feel comfortable, maybe they can call me the care or caretaker, something like that.
Ooh, caretaker. Yeah, I don't think they have any, like, they, you know, don't mind calling you Quinn. I think on your role, maybe they're a little bit more resistant. Like, you know, this is me kind of pushing back of like, no, you are better. So I don't think you can fully throw that mantle. But if you want to come up with any sort of name for like what you would want to be called, like you can go ahead and do so. I think you
Yeah,
remember.
I want to give them options.
Yeah, so you know, send me some options if you want. You know, different things that you might want to be called or whatever it is. Then maybe we'll roll for it next time. See
I
kind of
could
what
literally be
you're
between
thinking.
QT, Quinn, or caretaker, one or the three. They got plenty of options by now.
Give me a few more. Give me like a D tag.
Damn it. Okay. I'll try to come up with these.
But yeah, that sounds good. Last but not least, we have Tomas.
That's me. I got a 12. I think I
roll.
just want to expand on like the party and the connection of emotions during that whole event. And I think like in particular, Tomas kind of wants to like reassure them, you know, not just about the missing Lusitanians, but also like about the forest, like and he's deliberately trying, maybe not trying, maybe it's sort of just like automatic, as is most of his emotional powers, um, to kind of like alleviate any fear they have of the forest. And so I think like in that cacophony of emotions that's sort of bouncing between everyone, he's also bringing forth the emotions of the people who are lost in the woods, but then also bringing forth the emotions of like Tomas's struggle with the woods, or in particular the parasite, and then how the wood became one with Tomas, and Tomas became one with it, and in turn that those emotions are spread between the rest of the tribe, so they too are part of the forest, and that they don't really have anything to fear from it. Like they should feel like they're part of it, and they should feel willing to kind of like, you know, approach it and do whatever they need to in the coming days or weeks, months, years, whatever. Yeah.
Right. On that roll, I think it's a little chaotic, even a little wild.
Yeah.
As you share these experiences, these emotions as part of this. But it's wild, I think, in a primal way, an instinctual way. In that feeling of the oneness, the part of the forest, you know, pervades. Already, I think you can see that your people look up to you because they recognize your strength. And I think that they look up to the forest and its strength. You know, it's stood here for, you know, like how many years, and they're coming to here, and it's protecting them and sheltering them. There's a respect. There's I think reverence is the wrong word, right? It is not like that they are idolizing it. It is not that they're idolizing you. They are respecting you. They are seeing you for what you are, which is a strong individual who has the potential to be able to protect or lead as you see fit. That wildness, I think, leads some of your people. There's a handful, maybe 10, over the course of the next few days, who are going to basically let you know that they are going to strike out on their own. They're going to roam the land and with the intent to return. But they want to basically submerge themselves in that wild, primal feeling, and then bring new feelings back to the clan, just like you did.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have my full blessing.
Right? And they will do so. And with that, the first steps towards each of our faction civilizations have begun. Quite different little ways, little fissures already in how we want to approach things and do things. And as you can tell, I'm already leading into next session. We're returning next Tuesday for another session of Dimensionauts. So that's all for today. But we will get into, finally, without further ado, the civilization building piece. And we will be experiencing our very first time skip. So there will be more options to interact with your peoples. I think a little bit of the beginning of that session is just going to be me floating some ideas with all of you and discussing it a little bit. We can do it on stream. I think that's more fun. And then we'll get right into it because I have the mechanics. I just want a little bit of input. How much time do we want to pass? And there's also there's these quests and stuff that you guys have now too. So we would go back to real time for some of these, depending on what they are.
All right. Sounds cool.
Sounds freaking sick.
Very cool.
My goodness. Well, that's it for today's adventure on the Hexagon TTRPG. Thank you all, my players, for being here and making it an amazing session. And if you enjoyed the game at home, don't forget to follow so you're ready for our next episode. You can find more content, world building, and updates on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Just look for at the Hexagon TTRPG. That's Simon as the fiery Wilmfair, CJ as the spidery Otto, Peter as the toughery Thomas, and Vanna as the culinary T314. And me, your GM, Brent, signing off. We're Hexagon. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.